Hey, church family, Pastor Garin here. Hope you're well. I feel like Jerry Brooks trying to sell you some, Mother's Day book or something like that, doing it here in my truck. But listen, you know that I try to be thematic, and so I thought I would come and do one from my car today because I was talking to a friend earlier today, and I was reminded about how my parents gave me a great gift. When I was growing up, after I got out of the house and I moved to college and then moved to Texas or whatever, I would have opportunity to talk to my mom and dad and call them. And sometimes I felt bad that I didn't have the opportunity to talk to them as long as I really wanted to. You want to talk to them for a while and catch up on everything that's going on. And my mom and dad, to their great credit, early on said, you know what, we're just glad to talk to you when we can talk to you. If it's a couple minutes down the road, if it's wherever it is, we're grateful to get to talk with you. And what that meant was I actually called them way more often because, if I needed 30 minutes or an hour every time I wanted to do it, I don't know how often I would have gotten to call them. But even today, I had a flat tire when I came out and needed to go do that. I was going to see June Robbins and this kind of stuff. And all I had time to do, I called my dad and I talked to him for just 5 minutes today. And as always, he was just so grateful that I would call. I was talking to a church member friend earlier, and we were kind of talking about this, and we were talking about our devotional life and how it is that we always feel run ragged and we never feel like we give it enough credit or give it enough time that it deserves. And somewhere in the conversation, we kind of came around to my parents' philosophy on giving them a call. I just wonder if we would be willing to consider today what it might be like if we could start by giving God some of those smaller snippets of time in our lives. What I mean is that, if we can't sit down and go, gosh, I don't have 30 minutes today to do a devotional I would like, or an hour to do a devotional. Well, what time do you have? Could you write down a Bible verse and could you meditate on that verse and think for 5 minutes, breathing in, breathing out, with the radio off or something else? What is God saying to me in this? Or thank God on the way to school, or a time that you have that is quiet. I think sometimes we focus way too much on what we don't have access to, what we can't do, rather than what we can do. So today, my encouragement to you is to take the time that you do have. Maybe spend it with God. Look up a Bible verse. Think about that Bible verse. Pray to God. Thank God for what it is that you've been gifted with. Maybe pray for some concerns you might have. And know that God is grateful to hear from you. And guess what? Eventually, maybe you will have opportunities to spend the 30 minutes or the hour. Would God love that? Would you love that? Sure, that'd be great. But while you can, do what you can. Do what you can. Hope you're doing great. Let us know how we can support you and pray for you, and love you. Take care. We'll see you. God bless.